Hello and welcome back to another episode of One of Us is Talking. Today I am joined by two professionals from the music entertainment industry. So if you guys kind of want to introduce yourselves and talk a bit about what you do and who you are.
Yeah, I'll go first. How's it going? My name is Jackson. I make music by the name of Retrograded. Do a lot of music and music video stuff. I like writing and producing songs and performing them sometimes, I guess.
Cool.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Emily. I am Jackson's manager, as well as I guess the keyboardist in his band Retrograded. Um, I've been working in the music industry for about 3 years now. I do a lot of different stuff, but I think managing is one of my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's so cool about the two of you is that you both went to Marist and you kind of were able to come together and start working. So how did the two of you meet and start working together?
I'll take that one. Um, yeah, it was kind of funny. So
Um, yeah, you got it.
I got it. Yeah, we went to Marist together. We had a class together. I don't even know if it was like junior year or senior year. I have no idea. I always knew of
I
Jackson,
don't
but like,
remember
yeah, we
having a
didn't
class with
really.
you.
We definitely did. We didn't like run in the same circles or anything, and then we graduated. We were like never friends at Marist. And one day I just slid in his DMs like very professionally and was like, "Hey, I know you're like making music. Do you want to like get to work and do some cool stuff and like work together?" And um, we've been working together for like 2 years now, I think, which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
That is
Congratulations.
crazy. Yeah, I mean it she jokes, but like it was pretty professional. How else are you supposed to make connections like that?
Yeah.
And like you get a lot of people asking if they want to work together, but very not very often do they stick around, you know. It's usually like, hey, let's do something and then nothing happens. But here we are 2 years later, and I don't think I would be here without her. So
That's awesome,
also I
especially
love this.
because you guys never
Sorry,
even,
continue.
no, you're good. We're ever in the same social circle. So it's amazing to see how that kind of came to be. And Jackson, you're like the brains behind the music. So how long have you been writing your own songs for?
I started probably freshman year. I like was making like EDM remixes in Logic when I got my laptop to go to college in 2017. That's when I kind of started. But then I my first song that I wrote that I was like, oh, I love this was called Spaceship Boy. That was in 2019. So I say that's when I really got started and fell in love with the songwriting aspect of it. So yeah, I'd say 2019.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Emily, so obviously you're also into music. How did you get into music and when, and how has it helped further your career in management?
Sure. I mean, I guess in terms of music, I've always been doing it. Just I don't know. Um, I started out as like an instrumentalist. I play sax, piano, drums, um, and like did that all throughout Marist. Was like a full on band nerd. Um, and then I just kind of realized, yeah, I don't really like want to do the performance route. Like, let me try and do business stuff. So after I graduated Marist, I enrolled in a master's program with Berklee College of Music. So I got my master's in music business there, and have just been working in the industry ever since.
Congratulations, a master's from Berkeley. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Was that only a year or did it take 2 years?
yeah, it was a year program.
Oh, okay. And I mean, so a lot of this, you guys just got out of college 2 years ago. So this is like all big accomplishments. How have you both seen your careers grow since you graduated?
Well, first of all, thank you. That's very nice of you. I feel like 2 years is a long time, but that's very nice of you to say. It's interesting actually. I think we've the most important part for me is that the music is getting better, like a lot better. I think we've seen just the quality of it improve. But like we've run a few successful campaigns, a few very unsuccessful campaigns. So like our stats wise, our numbers are very up and down, and all over the place. But we're figuring out how to big motorcycle, sorry. We're figuring out how to like really lock in a smart marketing plan and like really make it happen. But I'd say we've grown a lot just as people over the last 2 years. And I think that's going to pay off in the coming months with the next songs we're going to put out.
Yeah, no, that's so exciting. And I mean, I guess 2 years can feel like a long time, but really, I mean, when you think that you graduated and kind of picked right up and got into this, that's pretty amazing. And you got right into playing shows, which is so exciting. Do you have, either one of you, any memorable shows that you've played?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, we just
Yeah.
played actually we just played Big Night Live in Boston like on Saturday, and that show was crazy. Definitely one of the coolest venues I've ever seen, let alone played. So super lucky that we got to play there. I feel like we've grown a lot since we started playing shows. You know, I started just me and backing track. Jesus Christ. Sorry, lots going on right now.
Okay.
I started playing shows by myself, and now we have a full band, and we're still getting better every time we play together. Still learning something new every time.
Yeah. We
Wow.
also we just played our first so far sound show last week as well in the city, which was awesome and really cool because it was, I don't know if you're familiar with So Far Sounds, but it's basically stripped back, only acoustic sets, super intimate, like no talking, no phones allowed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very very fun to do that.
That sounds really exciting, but also it seems like it can be a little more nerve-wracking than like a normal performance. Like all
Yeah.
that
Yeah, it
quiet.
was,
Oh my gosh. And I
but
mean,
it was cool. It was cool because of it.
yeah, I feel like it makes it cooler, but then it's also like that silence. I don't know if I could
Yeah.
do it. Just like staring out into that crowd. And I mean, these shows, they must be so much fun to put on and to kind of get to perform your songs. But what do you consider to be a successful show or a successful song for yourself? Not even looking at numbers or anything.
I would say shows wise, I think I can tell when I am singing well. That's very important to me. I'm still figuring that side of things out. But most important is that everybody on stage with me is having fun. Because if we're having fun, then the audience is having fun. That being said, like some audiences are more engaged than others. So if you have an audience that wants to be there and is participating in the show, those are the best shows for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know, Emily, do you have something that constitutes as a best show or best song?
Um, Best show, I think Jackson definitely hit the nail on the head with that. When we're having fun, the crowd's having fun. Best songs, I would say, honestly, when Jackson puts out stuff that like he's happy with and he's not concerned like what if it's gonna get playlisted or how many streams it's gonna get or who's gonna share it online. I think the songs that are important to you as an artist are definitely the best songs and the ones that you feel most happy with at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I even feel like as someone with this podcast, that's so true because you can put your best work into something and you can't look at the numbers
Yeah.
because that's gonna derail it totally, no matter how well you think you did. So I like that because I think when it comes from the heart or it's something that you really like, that can be a best song. It doesn't have to depend on the reception.
Right.
Exactly.
I think you have to look at them separately though, because they're both important, right? Like for example, Breathing is one of my favorite songs I've put out, but I don't think we promoted it enough. We didn't do enough of the marketing side of things to get people to listen to it, you know? So like I don't let that take away from the fact that I know it's a good song. but at the same time, like the marketing side of things is a whole separate beast to deal with, you know.
I can only imagine, especially in an industry where it's so hard to kind of start making like that breakthrough. I mean, it
It's very
definitely is.
saturated.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, not only do you have songs and perform at shows, but you also have music videos. So what's the process of shooting a music video? And Emily, do you play any part in helping kind of book them or get them started?
Um,
Does it all.
yeah, the music videos, I got into music, making music videos. So they're a very long love of mine. I made the goal for myself to do a video for every song. Because I think that was a way I found I could really push myself to get better and to make better stuff. It's just the storytelling aspect of it is my favorite part. So I try to write out a script and a storyboard. um Basically, I come up with the story behind it. I figure out what we want to film, and I find somebody to film me, and then we do our best, because we're not booking anything, we're not like hiring anybody. It's just if I can find a friend. Usually my buddy Steven Ciravolo um is behind the camera for me, or Harry Barenberg, both people I met at Marist. We go out guerrilla style, film the best we can to tell the story, and then I chop it up afterwards. um yeah, so it's never an easy process. It would be nice to have like a budget or something, but like it's really, really fun to just go out with your friends and film all day. Like that's my favorite thing in the world, and just making it work despite all the obstacles is, I think, a good skill and really fun to do.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, watching your music videos, you wouldn't know that it's just like kind of find a friend and go. So they come out, whether, I mean, with the editing and the cinematography, they come out really well. So, I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's almost no problem. It's almost like it's working well for you. So there's no need to put a budget to it right now.
That's kind of my goal, right? It's like I want to be able to do it no matter what, so that if someday like we get to, up the budget a little bit, get a crew, just up the production value to a few more people, that I think we will be able to do it really well. Because like if you can do stuff on your own, then I feel like it'll translate once you're ready to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, maybe the process behind shooting music videos is a little more low key, but what about setting up shows? I'm sure like different venues, do they have different qualifications or is there like a process you have to follow?
um,
That's all, Emily.
Qualifications, not technically. I mean, so I book like all our shows, and it's basically just who do we know that, has played at a certain venue? Can we get a connection there, or are we gonna cold email them? Um, when I reach out, it's basically just, hey, like we're interested in playing these dates. Like, what do you have open? Here's like a bio on Jackson and all our past show history, how many tickets we've sold, where we've played in the city, out of the city, stuff like that. So yeah, we've been able to hit like I would say most of the major small venues in the city.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
especially playing around New York. The more shows you play, the more you get your name out there. They're always looking to book shows, so like once you're on their list, it's not hard to find venues. um and word of mouth is everything. Like you meet bands at all these shows you play, and bands are always looking for other bands to play with. So once you get into the system, like it gets easier to find shows to play.
Okay. So it's kind of like it starts off with those cold emails or a connection, and then you try to see where you can go from there and kind of see how that helps build you up.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really exciting. And it must be exciting as you see like getting the different venues and kind of that must feel like an accomplishment in a way when you get booked.
Yeah, I think so. Like there's still venues we want to play that we haven't yet. Like I really want to do a smaller acoustic show in the basement of Rockwood Music Hall. That would be really fun. I think we're working on that. That's definitely a dream venue. Yeah, no, it definitely is. Especially like the show we played in Boston at Big Night Live was that was a dream venue. That felt very cool to be able to play.
That's so exciting. And I know we kind of been talking about this a bit, but do you guys have any goals set for yourself?
Yeah, I think that's something. I feel like that question should have a very clear answer, but right now I think it's really to just get out music and promote it the best we can. That's like baseline goal at the end of the day. My goal is music video, proper promo, get people to listen to it.
Mm.
So like I guess releasing music consistently. I mean, I even below that, I just want to keep making music. Like it's harder to find time to sit down and make stuff than it used to be. So I guess I really just want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good goal. What about you, Emily? Do you have any?
Um, I don't know. I guess I feel like we talk about it all the time. Like, what should we be focusing on? But we don't really have like one set thing right now that we're doing. We have like a
We're
lot of different things going on that could be good in the future. So yeah, just kind of keeping our heads on straight and keep chugging along.
Yeah, I mean, right now, what we talk about the most is like just what's next, figuring out what's next and taking it from there. But we're always trying to figure out what's next.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a good goal too, just one step at a time. Just
Yeah, I mean,
taking it.
that's how we that's
Yeah.
absolutely how we're doing it right now.
Obviously, it has very well worked out for the two of you. And I think it's you two kind of coming together. Even though you didn't know each other at Maris, it seems like it worked out really well. And it was just something that almost was meant to happen.
Yeah, I got so lucky, man. I think Emily and I are like actually just best friends now, which is awesome to have. It doesn't feel like a business relationship at all. We're just two kids who really like music and have come to this agreement where we're like, yeah, we're just gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen, you know?
Yeah, no, that's really great. And I mean, a lot of high school age students and college age students really want to go into the music industry. And I know sometimes it might seem very daunting. So, do you have any advice for anyone who's at that age level who really wants to go into the music industry?
Yeah, it is daunting. It's not easy. You have to love it more than anything in the world. Otherwise, there's no point. Like it's if you yeah no if you love it more than anything, you're gonna do it no matter what, then you're good. Like that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
definitely.
I would definitely say, this is a cutthroat industry. It's not for everyone. Um, you cannot be afraid of rejection. It could take you, 100 no's to get one yes, and if one no turns you away, then this is not a business for you. Um, I would say you have to stay, driven, motivated, passionate, and remember why you wanted to start in music in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's such great advice because, like we were saying, I mean, all of entertainment, it's so daunting. And it's like people who are scared of those no's, or if they give up after one no, you're never going to be able to push for those yeses. So it's so important to stay with it. And that's so true. And yeah, I mean, those are great answers, guys. Thank you so much for a little bit about the music industry. But here on the podcast, we love to do hot seat questions. So they're just quick, rapid fire questions. Are you down for them?
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
let's
it.
do it.
Perfect. Favorite musician of all time?
Billy Joel.
1975. They count as one.
Those are two, those are two good ones. Dream venue to play or to help Jackson book?
Ooh.
I want to play the Catalyst in Santa Cruz. It was just the first music venue I ever went to that I was like, yeah, I really want to be up there on that stage. I think we could do it. We just have to go to California.
There you go.
What about Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify.
Spotify, no question.
Yep, I agree. If both of you, so you can split this one up. If you could have dinner individually with any three musicians, dead or alive, who would it be?
You go first.
Definitely Billy Joel. I'm gonna repeat that one. John Lennon and Ooh, Post Malone.
Ooh, that's a good one. Right now, I'm gonna go Bob Dylan, Maddie Healy, and Noah Khan because I love Noah Khan right now.
Yeah, no, his music's great. Do you prefer do you prefer recording or performing?
Recording, but I want to get better at performing so that I really enjoy it.
Can you describe your latest release, Breathing, in 3 emojis?
Um,
You got it.
Coffee cup, tree,
No.
tire.
This is all
No.
wrong.
What do you think they are, Emily?
Yeah, what do you think?
Briefcase, tire,
Briefcase
and a tree.
and the tree.
We're
But it's the okay, but the story starts in the cafe,
Oh,
and that's I think that part's pretty important because the idea is you're in the cafe, but your head is doing this tire swing thing.
true. Okay, I'll give you that one.
So I think the coffee cup's important. But yeah, same thing.
So everyone who's listening right now, when you hear this episode, you're gonna have to let us know what you think for Breathing. You're gonna have to drop.
Yeah,
3.
watch the video, and then tell us what you think.
What about your favorite songs of all time?
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't think about this one. Um, all time.
Or even just currently?
I know mine.
Right now, I'm gonna say new perspective. Noah Khan.
Wow. Surprising.
I saw him live in Asheville 2 days ago, and it changed my life. I think
Now
it was
he's
fantastic. It's fantastic.
And then did you have a favorite song, Emily?
yeah, Vienna by Billy Joel, of course.
Okay, so a big Billy Joel fan.
Yeah, through and through.
That's so
It's like you
fun.
play the piano or something.
What?
I
What'd you
said
say?
it's like you play the piano or something.
Oh yeah, he's wild.
Do you have a cured or writer's block during songwriting?
I mean, that's an interesting question. I've been, I think, in writer's block. But I also think like I wrote 2 songs today before this, and I was like feeling super inspired. I think I really just haven't been feeling things fully, you know?
Mhm.
Like to my thing is like whenever I'm trying to write a song, I sit down with whatever's in front of me. Sometimes literally, sometimes whatever I'm thinking of at the time. And like I write down in lyrics very literally what is happening. And that usually leads to something else that you can, make mean something if you want or not. But
Okay.
usually I just look in front of me and write something down.
Okay, good idea. I mean, writer's block is so difficult when you have it. And I mean, this can be for both of you. Favorite post-show meal?
Interesting. I'll eat anything after a show because it's like I get nervous before shows, so I have to be careful about what I eat. I can't eat too much.
Mhm.
After a show, I'll eat anything. I like a good pizza just because like everybody's sharing it and everybody's like just chilling out.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would say honestly like a burrito or a chicken sandwich.
Those are all good options. And then what about do you have a favorite song of yours, Jackson? And then Emily, do you have a favorite song of Jackson's?
I'm gonna say Josephine, which is the next song that we're putting out. It's about the old lady that lives down the street from me, and it's I think my favorite story I've told so far.
Exciting. And then Emily, do you have a favorite song of Jackson's?
Yeah, I would say from what's released, Providence, and definitely Josephine will be when it's released. That'll be definitely be my favorite.
Okay, so I'll have to be on the lookout for Josephine. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This was such a great time, and thank you for sharing all of your advice and stories. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us. Your questions were very well thought out, and it was fun making up answers.
Thank you so much.